Getting out the zoo. Hey! Stop it. Move. Leave it alone.
Want to know the fastest way to get invited to executive meetings? Do the thing that nobody wants to. I discovered that everyone hates.
Move.
When it's time to scale your business, it's time for Shop.
Sinelli has got pole position again. Lewis Hamilton is near the front. Now, in years gone by, the lineup from qualifying generally means that's how they're going to finish in the race. Hopefully this year will be different because the cars are all 10 centimeters. They're not as wide as they have been in the past. So let's hope there'll be more overtakings in the race. Last year's race, there were 4 overtakes in the entire race, 3 of them in the first lap, and then 1 towards the end of the race. So let's hope it's better than last year. We're here to look at the yachts. We're gonna go around, see what yachts are in, see the parties going on, just have a look, take in the atmosphere of what it's like to be here on a Saturday night before the big race tomorrow. So let's do that. Six cruise ships are in Monaco. 2 of them are docked in the marina. I have a feeling they've been chartered. One of them's got Tag Heuer logos on the back of it. The other one's been here for about 5 days now, which is very unusual for a cruise ship. They're normally only in overnight or maybe a couple of nights if they're doing the turnaround, you know, taking off the old passengers, put the new ones on. This one's been here since Tuesday, so I have a feeling they're both chartered for the Formula One. But there are 4 cruise ships out at anchor as well. So yeah, it is quite chaotic here. You see the yachts already today, but yeah, it's crazy. But let's have a look around. There's not that many. This is where the largest yachts would dock in the marina. Normally this would be packed, but in actual fact, there's only 1 yacht here this year. I think it's because they can't watch the race from here. So the big yachts like Kismet and Breakthrough and Amadea and stuff, they wouldn't be able to go to the area, the trackside. So they're going to be able to go here to this zone here. I think it's zone 1. And it's over 100 grand to dock your yacht here, and then you still can't see the race. So I think, I guess they decided to stay out at anchor and just come in on the tender. Right, so this yacht here is not called Aloe. This yacht here is called Motor Yacht Silver Fox. This is a 72-meter or 240-foot yacht, and it's built by San Lorenzo. Now, the reason why it's got that name on the back is because the company Aloe, whatever that stands for, I think it's a wellness company, they have basically chartered the boat and they put the name on the back as if they own it, as if this is what the name of the yacht is called, but it's not. It's called Silver Fox, and it's quite a new vessel, and it's the only yacht that is in this section this year. There's just this cruise ship here, like I said, I think it's chartered, and there's another one over in the cruise ship terminal. If you want to charter this yacht, it's 900,000 euros a week to charter with Edmiston. If you want to know what you get for your charter, you secure the vessel. That's it. You have to pay everything else on top: fuel, food, everything, crew wages, tips. The lot is on top of that 900,000. Now, if you want to know how much it costs for these yachts to be here during the Monaco Grand Prix, stay tuned. We're going to do those numbers a little bit later on. But let's put it this way, it's not cheap, as you can imagine. You can see all the people, it's even more people now waiting, hoping to get a glimpse of some of the drivers as they leave. Apparently they have to leave through this exit. They had to extend the paddocks because there are 2 new teams this year. You can see that obviously these are the new buildings for those new teams. So behind me here, we've got a Lamborghini yacht. It's a Technomar, really. It was designed by, well, it was designed in collaboration between Technomar and Lamborghini. Featured one the last time I was here. Obviously, we draw a lot of eyes at a Formula One race, right? But it's not what you might think. It's designed. The design of it is very Lamborghini, the interior and everything. But the engines are not Lamborghini engines, as you might think. Actually got MAN engines in, MAN engines. So yeah, proper marine engines. They're not just throwing in a couple of V12s from a Lamborghini. So we're walking along the actual starting straight of the Grand Prix, which is also one of the main streets in Monaco. You can see all the markings on the floor that have been freshly painted. They stay all year round. If you drive down here any time of the year, you can still see those markings on the road. But they come and give them a fresh coat every year. But it's quite incredible, that this happens. Not many places in the world now where it happens. You can see the starting grid, the lights right there. So, yeah, it's one of the few starting grids that's actually not straight. It's on a curve because it's the natural flow of the road, So this is the first corner on the track. They head up to Casino Square at over 150 miles an hour, which is mental. And you see how narrow this road is. It's incredible that they actually go up here so quickly. So we're back on the track. This is the Nouvelle Cuisine. The Nouvelle Chicane is just up here. Nouvelle meaning new, but it's been there for about 30 years. So that's the name anyway. But it's just up there. Cars will come straight down here. All the yachts. This is prime real estate for watching the Grand Prix from the back of the yacht. In fact, it's the only real estate for watching the Grand Prix from the back of the yacht. And these yachts pay an absolute premium, which we're going to go into in a little bit. We mentioned in the last video, the boats get pushed out when the race is on, just in case any cars flip over the fence, which has been known. They move them back in afterwards. Uh-oh, there's those cars that we saw the other day, look. 812 Competizione and the SP3. That's quite an incredible car. Oh, there's a TDF there behind just to put a cherry on the cake.
It's pretty hard to tell that I'm AI, right?
Well, I want to show you how you can create me in less than.
You can see the cheeky little ladders here that they have, so they can come and go by boat. So they don't have to walk out off the passerelle on the stern and walk through all that traffic. They can just get in the boat, and the boat can take them right across to the paddock. Looks like the parties have yet to start in this area. It's 8 o'clock, so it's not that early, but depending on who you ask, of course. If you're in your 20s, you probably say that's early. Now, this yacht here, this is Tony Parker's yacht. Tony Parker, the former NBA basketball player. We talked about it once before. We filmed it last time I was here, 2024. Prince Albert was on board. Obviously knows Tony Parker, Tony being a resident of Monaco. He also is a business investor, worth about $100 million. Obviously made a lot of money from playing basketball, but he's also a business investor. And he did, I don't know whether he still does, but at one time he did own a basketball team as well. He's only 44 years old, so quite incredible. He was also formerly married to Eva Longoria. Well, the record is a 35-meter, which is about 115 feet, and can carry 12 guests in 6 cabins. So remember what I was saying about that being Mercedes boat over there? You can see these guys here dressed in Mercedes crew. They're tender operators for that yacht. They'll be getting called on the radio and to go and pick people up, and they're just hanging around. Also earlier there was a boat here, a tender here, the same with Ferrari colours. They were all dressed in Ferrari colours, which also confirms that that other yacht is a Ferrari yacht. Well, it doesn't confirm it, but it adds credence to it, doesn't it? Look, I was just talking about. And then you've got the boat there with the Ferrari on the side, and you've got some muscle heads on the front. Close security. And then I don't know who the people are on board. I'm useless at identifying people who are actually somebody, unless they own a yacht. All right, so unbelievably, I found a relatively quiet spot. We're going to go through the prices for yachts to moor in the marina for the weekend, for the F1 weekend. So we've got different zones. I've already referenced them in this video and in previous videos. You have zone 2, which is the zone where the big cruise ships go and the very large yachts like Octopus, which was here a couple of years ago. Yachts like that, they go in zone 2. They can't fit down here. They're too large. The largest yacht you can get down here is about 90 meters. So zone 2, which is, like I said, the cruise ship terminal, and this is all based on a 90-meter yacht because it's easier. It's quite complicated. I'll put the list on screen so you can see all the numbers for yourself. But I'm going to go based on a 90-meter because then I can put a 90-meter in any part of the marina. So zone 2, like I said, you can't see the track from here. If you want to book that berth for the weekend, you're going to pay 102,000 euros, 102,816 euros. Now, zone 1, which is for all yachts, but in areas where you still can't see the track. In other words, yachts that are 90 meters and below, zone 1, that is. I'll put a thing on screen to show you where these zones are. For an example, I showed you Motor Yacht Faith earlier. That yacht is in zone 1. For that yacht to be there, we'll pay 125,500 euros for the weekend. Now, zone trackside, this is down here. This is all the way down the strip and round the corner. This is the best place to be if you want to watch it's the only place to be if you want to watch the race from a yacht. It's called zone trackside. So for a 90-meter yacht for the weekend will cost you 150,700 euros. Now, you might be thinking, well, they've got a $50 million yacht. That's nothing, right? But when you consider that the normal price for a month in the marina is about 40,000 euros. So this is 150,000 euros for one weekend. Now, these prices are plus VAT, of course, unless you can provide VAT exemption, which I'm pretty sure every single yacht in the marina has VAT exemption. But for the ones that don't, they've got a Monegasque flag or a flag from somewhere where they can't get out of it, then they have to put 20% on top of that. And then also, if you have a multi-hulled yacht, your catamaran, there's a 60% premium on the multi-hulled yacht. In other words, you know, like that really morbidly obese person who needs to buy 2 seats on the plane so he can sit down. Well, the multi-hull yacht is that guy, and he has to pay 60% premium on top of those prices I already gave you. All right, so a bit more lively over here. We got Motor Yacht Faith here, definitely partying on board there. Kind of a little bit surprised, actually. I thought Lawrence Scholl would be on board, but maybe not. I don't know. Maybe he likes parties.
Websites your competitors don't want you to know, part 2.
All you do is go to this website, and it lets you find out exactly how much you're...
We've also got Stella Maris, I mentioned in that previous video. We've also got, we're going to make a video about how they got that on board. And there's also up on the top deck there, you can see they've got a Koenigsegg Jesko up there. And they've also got a sculpture on the bow, of a full-size sculpture of a Formula 1 car. I've got a video coming, probably be next week now. I saw a couple of comments asking if Loon was here this year. Unfortunately, that yacht is not here. I believe it's in Mallorca right now. But yeah, it's not here this year. The last time, I mean, I wasn't here last year myself. I was in Sicily for the Bayesian salvage. I don't know where it was here last year, but yeah, 2024, that was the last time I saw that yacht. There's a classic yacht here. This is A&A, and this was built by Fedship in 1966. So this is definitely a classic. That last time England won the World Cup. Not that I'm a football fan at all. I just remember 1966. So like this is a 45-meter yacht, like I said, built in 66. It's got a crew of 9, and it can carry, it's got 5 cabins, so it can carry probably 10 guests. But that's quite funky. You don't see yachts like that every day. Quite remarkably, there's another Daytona SP3 parked here. There was a sort of whitish one parked here the other day. which we just saw driving along the road. And now there's a black one here, also on a, I think, oh no, the other one's on an Italian plate. This is on a Swiss plate. That is stunning. And you see it's got the tricolore on the front, the Italian colors for the flag. Stunning. Nice. And here we've got the cast of Desperate Housewives Monaco edition of the yacht. Now, one of the things this crew member is doing here, which you probably wouldn't appreciate, is he's controlling access to the yacht through the passerelle, but he's also controlling how many people walk on it, because the passerelle is only rated for a certain amount of people. And you know, a lot of people just think it's like a bridge and they all start walking across it. And it could actually collapse if too many people stand on it at the same time, especially when they're all walking and it starts bouncing up and down like this. You know, obviously it's putting a lot of pressure on that pivot point. So the guy is controlling how many people are on there. I say he's letting one person across, two maximum I've seen them, and they're also asking people to remove the shoes when they go on board. See, they're putting the shoes down here. It's like prayer time at the mosque. Now, in contrast to the last yacht we looked at, this is one of the yachts that I was talking about the other day, where they put this this carpet down, and there was like a plastic layer on top, and I said they'll remove the plastic at the beginning, you know, when the guests start coming on. And you can see on this yacht, they're not asking anybody to remove the shoes because they've protected the teak underneath, but they're still controlling access and letting people on one at a time. So you can see these are some of the smaller yachts. You wouldn't be able to get anything much larger into these spots, but they are on zone trackside, so they've got one of the best views of the entire track. You can see the big screen up there, so you can watch when the cars are not right in front of you. You might remember this yacht here, Persephone. This yacht was the yacht that was involved in the fire in Greece. They had a firework display from the yacht, and some of the pyrotechnics landed in an area that was extremely dry, and it started a fire, and the captain was arrested, and the whole crew were arrested at one point. So the captain and the chief officer were jailed whilst they were waiting to go to court over those charges of setting off that fire. The captain eventually, I think the captain basically fell on his sword and said, "It was me, I did it alone. I did it to surprise the guests at the end of a charter." I highly doubt that was the case, but I have no evidence to say any other. It's very unlikely that the captain just decided to start setting off fireworks. But anyway, that's what he said. There's no publicly available data about what happened to the captain of this yacht. But the yacht is back in business, so I don't know, maybe they got a new captain. All right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this look around Monaco during the Monaco Grand Prix. I don't think I said Monaco Yacht Show in this video, but I haven't checked all the footage that I filmed yet, so maybe I did. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to leave it here at the entrance to the pit lane, which I can't go in. I'm going to leave it here. I hope you enjoyed it. Look around at the